It's time to prepare your first match report. How to get started. Let's walk through the steps from pre to post match and see what type of information we should be researching and taking note of. Just a side note, this lesson is prepared with football in mind, but the basic principles are applicable to any sport. Also, please check the resources for this lesson for a downloadable checklist that you can use when preparing match reports. This can help to make sure that you gather all the information you need. Pre-match. A surprising amount of the content in a match report can actually be prepared in advance if you do your research. This preparation also helps in your understanding of the game and tactics teams might employ. Readers always enjoy a little background in case they have not closely been following this team or league. They rely on your insight in order to maintain interest in the entire article. For example, what have been the past results between these two teams? Where are they in the table? Which team has better form going into this game? This background information can be prepared in advance and helps both you and the reader understand the significance of the result. You can also listen in to the pre-match press conferences to learn if any tactics have been revealed or if there has been any newsworthy events off the pitch. These might play out in the game, so you should be aware of them so that you can spot any impact they might have. When it comes to preparing statistics, just be conservative. If you have a long list ready to include, then the article will seem too pre-prepared. Just jot down a few that could be relevant to this match and use one or two in the final report, and only if they can add some value. During the match. Of course, we can't really write the match report without the meat of our content, the match itself. When the whistle blows, get ready to take notes. Jot down who is in the starting lineup, what substitutions get made, and at what time, if applicable. Try to soak up the atmosphere to give your readers an emotional connection to the game. They don't always want a play-by-play of the action, then they would just read a minute-by-minute live report. They're looking for the top highlights and to feel the emotion. That's what will get them to finish reading your whole piece and not click away. How are the conditions? Was it pouring with rain? Was the pitch bogged down with water or crumbling at the seams? How many people were in attendance? Have the fans abandoned the club? Was the away support more vocal than the home fans? Was there a chant that the fans were singing? These are elements that can make readers feel that they've been transported to the stadium. If you channel this emotion, it allows even a boring match to have a great match report. Other than the core emotional connection, you want to include the game itself. What are the key moments in the match? Goals scored or good chances? Write down the events as they happen so that you already have a rough play-by-play of the match when the final whistle blows. Halftime. At halftime, read back over your notes and highlight the most significant events. A missed chance in the first 5 minutes of the game that seemed important at the time might not be quite so crucial if that team is now 4-0 up. You can already highlight some of the points that you will definitely be including in your match report. Also, take this time to do a little reflection of how the game is going up until this point. Who seems to have the momentum? Has a specific player been having a key impact? Remember again the emotional connection. Are the fans getting restless? Are they cheering for a player on the bench to be included or heckling the manager? Make a note of anything specific that you want to focus on more in the second half. Perhaps it's how a player responds to an action from the first half, or perhaps it's a specific tactic that you want to focus on. Post-match. After the match, the last thing you want to take notes of are some post-match quotes from a manager or player to add some life to your story. Once the quotes have been collected, you've finished collecting all the information you need, and it's time to put it all together in your final match report. We'll look at the best way to organize all of this content in the next lesson.